Hello, welcome to the P3 worksheet. We are working on creating frequency tables on this particular worksheet, and then we're going to take those frequency tables and create a histogram out of them. So there's really two steps to this. To create a frequency table, what we need to do is we need to figure out the range of values that we're going to be doing. What we have here, we have home prices that we're going to be doing, and we're going to try to figure out how often we're going to get those. And so we need to figure out the lowest value that we have, which in this case happens to be 261,300. And we'll pick a number that's pretty close to, a little lower than that. Nice round number. We'll go something like 260,000. All right. And then we need to go to the largest value. And we're going to do probably 4 or 5, could do up to 6 intervals that are going to fit to include the largest value, which if we want to go a little larger than that, probably about 300,000 or close to it. And so I think that in this case, the easiest way to do this will be to go 269,999. The second group is going to be the 270,000s, anything that's in the 270,999, 280,000s, 289,999, and the 290,000s to 299,999, almost 300,000. Okay, and then how often do we actually fit in that category? So in this case we could do tally marks, but in this case we only have 9 pieces of data, so I don't think we need to worry about tally marks so much as to go ahead and do our frequency table with this. And we say, oh, how many numbers fit in between 260,000 and 269,999? And we're going to end up with this one right here, and this one right here, and this one right here. Looks like we have 3 of them. So we have a frequency of 3 for that first group. And then we're looking in the 270,000 range. So we have 278 and 275 and 276 and 270. Those 4 all fit into the category of $270,000 to $279,999. The 280,000 range, we only end up with 1 there. And the 290,000 range, we only end up with 1 there for a total of 9. We have 9 pieces of data, so it looks really good. The next thing we need to do is to make our histogram. And our histogram is always going to have a frequency on the left, or the y-axis, if you will. Frequency should always start at 0. I want to have a fair graph, and we need to get as high as 4. So I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to do notches of 2, but I need to get as high as 4. And then on the x-axis here, we have the home prices. And the home prices, what we want to do is we want to use the left values of our ranges here. So we're going to say 260,000 will be our first notch. 270,000 will be our second notch. 280,000 will be our third notch. 290,000 will be our last. But we want to go one more because we need to get all the way up there. We want to go to what the next notch's value would actually start. We're going to make our values here, our bars, the whole width here, because our range goes from 260,000 to 269,999, which is practically 270. So we need to make a bar that goes up to 3, but the bar is going to be the width of those whole values. And then the 270 range is going to have a value of 4, have a frequency of 4, excuse me. The 280s, there's only 1, and the 290s, there's only 1. And each of these are the bars that match the frequencies. All right, let's take a look at question number 3. Now, in question number 3, we have life expectancy, and we have how our frequency going on here. Looks like our lowest number in the life expectancy here is 74.1. Looks like 74.1. Our largest number is 82.5 from what I can do. So we need to go from somewhere around 74 up to about 83. So maybe we can make our ranges do something like this. Go 74 to 75.9. Right? And then 76 to 77.9. So our ranges are approximately a value of 2, if you will. All right? The way you can find that distance of the range is just take these two numbers, subtract them. Right? Large minus small. 78, notice we have the pattern going on here, 79.9. We have 80 to 81.9, and it looks like I need one more here. So we're going to go 82 to 83.9. And we need to figure out how often each of these happen. So what I'm going to do is, in this particular case, I'm going to do a tally. So I'm going to have a tally off to the left over here, where I'm going to be keeping track of these, because there's kind of a lot of data here. So I'm going to 79.8, that fits into this category. I'm just going to put a little notch over here. 82.2 fits into this particular interval. 79.1 is in this interval again. 81.3 fits in the 80 to 81.9 interval. 80.4 is in the same interval. 81.7 is in that exact same interval. 81.4 again in that interval. 74.1 way back up here at the first interval that we had. 82.4 is in this last interval. 81 fits in this. Now anytime you get to a fifth data point, if you're doing a tally, as you cross it this way, it's easy to count fives that way. 81.5 is also in that group. 74.9 is in this lowest level. 82.5 is in our last group. 77.9 in our second interval. 77.7 is in the second interval. And 78.4 is in this third interval. Okay, now it would be okay to have an interval of 0. That would not be a big deal. We just obviously have a blank on our histogram. But we can now count the tallies to figure out our frequencies, right? We got 2 there, we have 2 here, we have 3. We have 6 total and 3. And we're now ready to make our, gonna go frequency. We need to get as high as 6, and so I'm gonna do just 2 notches. You can do as many notches as you want. You could do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you wanted to. You don't need to. Our leftmost value is 74. Our next leftmost value is 76. So each of the notches is going to look like a number line here, and that's exactly what we want. And in this case, we want to actually go just to the next interval where it would start. So we have our, be able to make our bar the right width. And we're going to make our histogram have a height of 2, have a height of 2, a height of 3 for the 78 to 80 group, or 78 to 78 for 79.9 technically. Got to go as high as 6 for the 80 to 81.9, and then the 82 to 83.9 is going to be a height of 3 again, like that. There's our histogram. So we can see that a lot of our data is in the larger end. In this case, the life expectancy tends to go to the large end. And I should write the title of the axes down there. All right, good luck on the other two, and send me your worksheet when you're done. Thanks.